Hey dolls, I'm your host Chantel Do Tell, and if this is your first time here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and encourage you, if you like content like this, think about hitting that subscribe and the bell notification so you know when I upload new videos. So, I woke up to the doll community kind of just all being in a disarray. Like, what? There's a Saks release coming up. It's a Hasbro style series and she's $315? I thought when I was waking up, I'm on the East Coast time, so it's like, I feel like a lot of people see it in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. And I'm like, is this real? Okay. Let me process this. And before we get started, I want to say I actually really like the style series. I have them. I've been able to get most of them on clearance, usually from like $12 to $15. But everyone has been looking forward to the Saks doll. For the last few years, there have been Disney store style heirloom dolls that were released through Saks Fifth Avenue at a much higher price tag, might I add. And, we didn't get one last year, which I was okay with. 2020 was tough. It's not a time I would be spending that much on dolls. I didn't even get any of the Midnight Masquerade now that I think about it. But back to this topic. So the Saks doll started with Snow White, and she was LE 1000, $370. And then we had Cinderella, which is the only one that I have, and they bumped her edition size up to $2,500, and she was $395. She did go on clearance, so some people did get her for, I want to say, less than $200. Unfortunately, I was not one of those people. I paid full price, hunties, full price. And then the Frozen sisters came out, Anna and Elsa. Aren't they just gorgeous? Oh, these dolls are so pretty. LE 1000. I wish they would have been $2,500, but probably with Cinderella going on clearance, they're like, oh, let's bump this back down to $1,000. So they sold out. I thought that they would hang around a little bit longer because Snow White didn't sell out right away either. But yeah, they sold out. I wasn't able to get a hold of them. That's a lot of money to come up with that once. It would have been over $800. And then there is the $30,000 collection. It uses real jewelry. It's a beautiful piece. I was able to see it in person because I was in New York City when Frozen 2 came out, and Saks had like a big event for the Frozen film. So, and this was down and locked up in like a glass case in the jewelry section. So I was able to just admire behind the glass. At one point, I thought that went on clearance to like $19,000, but maybe I'm just remembering in a dream. So let's get to Belle. This will be Belle's fourth style series doll. Someone at Hasbro really loves Belle. Maybe she's the top seller. But yeah, when we were waiting, anticipating a Saks doll, nobody was thinking of a style series Hasbro doll, especially at $315. So you can see the previous releases I have up here on the screen, and let's get into the new one. I also want to say the design, I think the doll is very pretty. I think the designer did a great job. So we'll go from there. It's just that I just cannot get past the price tag, and I know they don't set that, So I think you can get like a 10% discount. It'll take, what would that be, like $31.50 off? And maybe some free shipping. She is a regular size 10 to 12 inch dolls, because the Hasbro dolls, I don't even think they're 12 inches. They're shorter than Barbie. I do like the effect that they were going for with a rose gown. I would have loved to have maybe not had the, what would you call that? A pencil skirt, the tight skirt. I think it would be pretty just to have like a high-low dress with that same flowy fabric. I think the box presentation is really pretty. She's given me an American Beauty moment. I would have loved if the roses were a little bit smaller so they don't look sometimes if it's too large, the scale, it brings down, I'd want to say like the elegance of the look. You know what I mean? So, because they're just so large. If this was an Alice doll, it would have made sense because the roses come to life, but that doesn't happen for Belle. I think that they took beautiful promo images. And I do want to say at this price point, I would have expected Swarovski crystals. These just look like little, they always remind me of like candy. Candy used to come on like a little wax strip and they reminded me of stickers, but this is what these stickers remind me of. It's not expensive looking. Even the jewel that's in the middle, I don't really understand the size of that. And the little white part to the sides, they remind me of like a Mickey glove. Maybe if you like blew it up and blew up the fingers. I think the back of the dress is really beautiful. I think that they pulled inspiration from the live action film, because I think that that's how the back of the gown looks in there. Is there a bow? I'm trying to remember. There is a little bit more like ornamentation in the back of the live action gown. And here's more of these, I don't know, what would you call them? Stickers? It better not be stickers for $3.15. She is pretty. I love the way that her hair is styled. And she does have a very pretty face. The jewelry, those earrings, I don't like them. Not for the price point. They do look like something that would have came on an 80s or 90s Barbie. Pretty makeup. There is another picture that I'm going to show later on. I'm wondering, is that pixelization on it? Like, are her eyes pixelated? I hope not. That would be really sad. Or if it's just the screening. I do like the detail. There's a little gap in her arm pit right here, if you can see it. She just has like the regular Style Series body, which I'm not a huge fan of. And then this rose, it reminds me of something from like a fair or an amusement park. Her shoes is another missed opportunity. If you're familiar with Rainbow High Style Series 3, one of the dolls, the purple one, she has lace-up shoes. So I'm like, okay, if we're getting like lace-up shoes, this should absolutely have been like a beautiful gold ribbon. Especially if they can do it at the Rainbow High price point of $27. I love the pictures. So here she is closer up. That lipstick is popping. And then here, does it look like it's pixelated? Or, because this is not just, and then I wanted to show, this is the current face sculpt of the Disney Store dolls, which are $19.99 and $24.99. You can find them cheaper. Sometimes they go on sale. So I'm pretty sure that this Belle is kind of like in the same lines as the Elsa and the Cinderella that have been released, which they're both okay. They're both around $50. So are you seeing a big difference in them? I mean, granted, we can't feel the fabric. This is totally just, I think it's just because it's a Saks. Saks is a luxury store, so their clientele, they're used to paying more. I mean, I think that they're catering more towards like the people who would buy their little kid the doll to play with or something. I don't really think that they have collectors in mind. So yeah, I don't know. The doll is pretty, but I would not buy her. She would have to go on clearance to like $80 or something. She looks like, I think even if they wanted to get really greedy and put it to $100, but that's a hard pill to swallow. And then I forgot about the Cruella. I think this Cruella doll is gorgeous. The Style Series Cruella, she's $41.99, I think, on Amazon. And I also pulled the video from there so you can see her do a twirl for us so we can see what's going on in the back. Belle should have done a twirl so we can see it in motion. But I love how, even like this Cruella's hair, it is just perfection to me. And I'm just like, you know, when you see a doll, you kind of know instantly, like, oh, I want to get her if the price is right, you know. But this, I'm I'm fanning out over Cruella, and you know, I will take every opportunity to bust out my Premiere collection because you know that's one of my favorites from, probably is my favorite designer collection. So let's enjoy this look at Belle. I just wanted to show, keep in mind, this Belle was $109. $109, and this is what it got you. The earrings, beautiful. Gown, beautiful. Keep in mind, it's supposed to be from, when did Beauty and the Beast come out? In 1991. I was trying to, these, you know, usually I debox all my dolls, but I love the boxes to these. So I like would feel bad about taking them out the box. They just, and I was only able to get one of each except for Snow White and Tiana. But she's just so pretty, and her face looks like, you know, a non-playline doll. It looks like a more collectible doll. And then if you made it this far, thank you. I want to thank you for joining me. Let me know in the comments, do you plan on getting Belle, or what your thoughts are? You know, I look at it like this. If you could swing the money and you're not going to miss it and you like her, get her. You know, everyone loves what they love, and if she's going to bring you happiness, by all means get her. But if you can't afford her, I would suggest waiting for the Ultimate Princess Collection Belle that we know is going to come out eventually sometime in the next, you know, it's not going to come out by the end of this year, but she will come out by the end of next year. I would save my money for her. So I'm going to end this video like I end all of them. When you paint with all the colors of the rainbow. And as always, have fun doing it. And also, be yourself unapologetically. And until next time, my dolls, we'll talk soon.